I don't know if it's clinical narcissism, but it's just sort of like I have very early memories of just of absolute compulsion to be special. I think a lot of your guests probably use the idea of like companies coming over and that being like this big spike, just running around and loving how your parents behave differently when strangers are around and how strangers are going like, what's up with your son? He's very interesting, and just this fucking high. And one of my earliest memories, because it's pre-kindergarten, so I must have been almost fetal. But it's such a clear memory that it's got to be important that I was in a daycare. My mom was in a bowling league, and I was standing. We did this Farmer in the Dell song where everyone is just in a circle. This is pre-kindergarten, so you can't even count on these kids to like not eat crayons. Like we're not reading, we're not writing, we're not supposed to be challenged. This isn't school. This is daycare. They just want the kids to hang out and kill time. So the game, it wasn't Duck Duck Goose or anything. It wasn't a measure of merit, but there were a bunch of kids stood in the center of the circle. And the song goes like, the farmer had a cow, the cow had a dog. I don't know. There's like a group of people in the middle. The only thing I remember is that through absolutely zero merit, this is me editorializing, but because it sure didn't feel this way, but it somehow came down to I was standing alone in the center of the circle, and the final phrase is that the cheese stands alone. The cheese stands alone. Another editorial comment. By the way, that's not because the cheese is a hero. I don't care. I was like, I couldn't wait to learn to write so I could put it in a journal. I remember physically putting my thumbs through the straps on my suspenders. I have this visceral memory of basking in a bunch of other morons' attention. I mean, they're just other kids, but they were all in a group and they were all singing about me and looking at me, which is weird because
You were the cheese, so to speak?
I was the cheese. I'm sorry. I didn't make that clear. See, I'm a bad storyteller. Like,
you did pretty good.
So that's like an atomic level of seeking specialness and attention. And as opposed to other people might have that memory and go like, that's the origin of their stage fright or something like that. So we all are the same in many ways. And then there's like these little,
all right. Well, let me talk about that because how do you manage? So you have a preternatural need for attention, right?
Specialness. I really need to be special.
Okay. And as you said earlier, you have certain attributes of your personality you are legitimately ashamed of, and you're morally correct to be ashamed of them. This one has been pretty good. Do you know what I mean? So how do you navigate which parts of the the need for attention has begotten a bunch of TV shows and a bunch of material and a life for you?
Or did it stand in the way of, specialness? Like not
right, but Dan, you're special.
Well,
no, you are. I mean, again,
thanks,
I get nothing from saying that. I don't like. You're just special. You have a very unique. You have a very unique heat signature, and you can generate more written comedy material than almost anyone. So that falls into special. So when did you stop judging it, and do you go back and forth on like, it stinks? No, it doesn't stink. It's incredible.
The need for specialness I've never looked at as a quality, as a good thing.
Okay.
As a strength. Because it feels like a weakness. I am very comforted by drinking alcohol and eating peanut butter protein bars.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to shame myself
to a special level
for these things, but yeah, you should see me drink, baby. I'm a genius. I use this giant straw called a glass.
What?
I've never honestly maybe to contrast that.
I guess I would
my self-interest. that I think is a writer's job. But the narcissism, there's a difference between narcissism and kind of like the need for specialness. I'm breaking those into two different things.
That's fine. Yeah.
Like fascination with the self. I think that's a cousin of, I mean, that's just self-inspection. That's great. I mean, Cormac McCarthy has to have that in order to write a good Western. The Coen brothers have to have that. Like, Dan, is your iCloud trying to create a vast list, but you're really just going down the IMDb entry for No Country for Old Men. My brain rots from the outside. The lists get shorter. But great writers.
Josh Brolin
are...
Also, another
a well-trained Doberman.
Yes.
So that's because I'm just clarifying that because I think there's just the need for specialness to me. It rings very.
I think if you're hurting people or boring the fuck out of people, then I think it's. I don't want to say criminal, but then I would say it goes into the negative.
Yeah,
but
or when you're
wasting people's time.
Like when you're compulsively argumentative, like when you like I see that in friends of mine who share a need for specialness, and it manifests itself as like they become contrarian.
Right.
It's like they can't even just yes and you in a conversation. Like I that's why I see it as a bad quality, because I'm like, it can manifest itself as it's just you're not even, now you're a value subtract from from cool people's lives.
Yeah.
So anyway,
you didn't say they were cool. I didn't know they were cool. No, but yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what is so you will accept the part of you that the Cormac McCarthy part of the self.
I think
interested
I would
part.
I'll happily die all the way up my own ass, like, because I think I deep down I go, sure, it would be great to suddenly become fascinated with other people, but at the same time also all roads lead to Rome. Like, there are some people whose fascination with others makes them produce things that make people happy. Ira Glass, I don't know.
Yeah,
you are a great interviewer. I am a terrible interviewer. I can't get out of my own ass. You are a listener and you're taking interest in other people. So though getting out of your own ass leads to good things, but also staying all the way up there to the point where it's insane. That's fine too. You could still die having done a great job for humanity.
Or at least giving them diversions.
Because there's self-hatred up there. If it doesn't turn, if you don't spend all your time up there kind of going like, it's beautiful up here and it smells like roses, and anyone that says otherwise is a crazy person.
Yeah.
But if you just stay up there and go, I love every bump and crevice and nook and cranny, that's great. That's as admirable as somebody who spends their entire life studying bedbugs or cockroaches, or these people are important. Like people who
I would argue, as long as you're creating something in that regard. Like, if you're going to be self-obsessed, it's
yes, if you're sharing it with others. Yes,
yeah, if you're generating material and selling it for a reasonable price.
Yeah,
like I would argue then like you're a net positive. I don't care how you got there. I don't know you. Like, so if you're up your ass, great. Where are the episodes?
Right.
I don't like whatever your process is. Just give me the shit. Give me where's the stuff?
Yeah. And so the specialness thing is why I go like, I could do without that, because it's like, there's nothing special about needing to be up your ass. Like, you don't have to add to that. That's why I'm important. That's why I'm great. It's like a proper adult, I think, goes, this is what I do. It's based on compulsions. It's based on fascination. It's based on neural networking, whatever. It's my lot in life. Some guys are out there kicking indoors and saving cats from fire. Thank God they don't demand every day of my life that I think about them, or in every conversation with them. Thank God they're allowed to come have a drink and talk about Minecraft with me, and then let me be fascinated by their firefighting without them constantly going, this drink reminds me of fighting fires instead of Minecraft, or interesting story about running community. It sounds like an ember. Oh, did we get back on that? And kind of like this specialness, this need to bend everything to the self. I think that's a vice.
Hey, did you like that? Did you like that? Yeah, did you like it though? You want more? Don't want to work? Would rather watch videos of me grab-assing with people? First of all, go up here to subscribe, and then go up here to watch more clips. This is like when the weatherman says there's a high pressure system coming in. I'm not really used to the green screen.